Welcome to the Crystal Self-Healer Podcast. I'm Carissa Weaver. On this podcast, we blend the magic of crystals with the science of psychology to help you break free from chaos, ditch the overwhelm, and master your emotions so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day. Get ready to unlock your intuition and restore your true power as we cover how you can transform your life using crystals and self-awareness. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's go. The new year is often seen with a sense of hope. Things are bright. You're turning the page, inviting in possibility. Usually what holds you back from really gaining traction in your new endeavors is not feeling ready. Like it's not really the right time to start this new thing. Maybe you're not giving yourself permission to leave behind things that drag you down. Nothing feels harder than something you don't feel alignment with. The new year will begin whether you're ready for it or not, and you can prepare energetically so you can create your best year ever. If you're tired of feeling like each year starts out great but fizzles as the days go by, this episode is for you. We're going to cover steps to start the year in alignment so you can call in and receive what you truly desire without the self-doubt. There's a simple principle in life. What you do not change, you choose. Put another way, silence is consent. The new year is often approached with masculine energy. It's full of determination and forceful energy. But I know that many of you, while you've internalized this new year push, it probably doesn't feel aligned and you end up feeling somewhat detached or half-hearted about the goals you set, or you end up disappointed when they don't manifest into reality. True power starts with energetic clarity, not resolutions. Think about a goal you've set that you've been struggling to manifest. Notice where it hits in your body. Is it in your gut, your chest, your thoughts? Knowing the location in your physical experience helps you pinpoint where you're out of alignment. If your gut is triggered, you probably doubt your abilities. If your chest is triggered, you probably doubt your worthiness. If your mind is triggered, you definitely have incongruent thoughts around your goal. This misaligned resonance in your body is what feels bad, but what I want you to notice is that underneath all these feels will be a primary thought that is driving it all. The card inspiration this week is the Ace of Wands from a crystal and tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. Central to this card is what I call the magical hand appearing out of the smoky cloud holding a wand of change and manifestation. If you look below the floating hand, you see a pretty scene. A castle-type structure off in the distance, a meandering stream, and grassy areas with trees. Aces in tarot are always about new beginnings, but this card holds masculine push or giving energy, similar to the push energy of New Year's resolutions. When you see that castle as your dream destination or your current situation, the one thing that this card is suggesting is that change is required to get there. Wands are the fire element, and even with its purifying ability, when it runs rampant, it can be a very disturbing and destructive process when not contained or tended. When you want to create change in your life, your environment, your circumstances, alignment is what will keep the fire of change working in your favor so you can stay motivated and reap the rewards and results of your actions. I see a lot of people get confused between purpose and alignment. I categorize purpose with intention. It's that thing you want to do. Often purpose and alignment get mixed together because when what you're doing feeds your soul and supports your life, you feel invigorated and excited. But if your goal doesn't hold that alignment, you won't feel the same drive for the end result. There is a lot of external pressure out there that may influence the things you think you need to be doing. Those externally defined things that may get qualified as noble or altruistic. But maybe those things aren't an energetic match for you. Maybe your zone of genius lies somewhere completely different. That's where misalignment lives and resentment grows. What's going on with this scenario is that there's a primary thought you're experiencing that is at odds with the thing you believe you're supposed to be doing. Let's use the example of giving back to your community by helping people experiencing food scarcity, so you volunteer at a local food pantry. That's a pretty noble act, right? But if you've ever done any form of volunteer work, there are demands and expectations that come along with it. And if those demands conflict with your primary thoughts about how you can give back to the community, the sense of purpose or drive to continue will evade you. Understanding what this primary thought is what will give you the power to align with your goal in a way that propels you forward. Here's what I mean by that. Volunteering comes with its own kind of shenanigans, from those who show up for the mission to those who are there solely for the accolades. And if your thought is, my skills are better used in other ways, or I don't have time for this, you won't enjoy how you're showing up. You won't have patience for being told what to do or being on the receiving end of other people's intolerance. It's not that you don't value or want to give back to your community. It's just that there's a disconnect between what you're doing and what you believe you should be doing. And you have two choices here. You can change the primary thought about how your skills are being used, or you can change the primary thought about how you give back to your community, because that's not limited solely to a food pantry. Either way, the thought that's driving your feelings of discontent gets addressed, and you can then find alignment in how you're using your time. Notice that it isn't necessarily about the goal. The goal of giving back to the community was still there. It's how you were thinking you needed to get there that is what was being challenged by confusing purpose with alignment. The crystal I'm going to offer today is Labradorite, and here's why. Knowing what is truly yours versus what is coming from outside of you is paramount for feeling alignment. With its protective qualities, Labradorite shields you against external pressures and expectations that conflict with your personal alignment. When it's your own thoughts that are creating your roadblocks, Labradorite can support you in uncovering the unconscious belief patterns that create negative emotions. You'll clearly see the primary thoughts that influence your habitual emotional state. A lot of the time, our unserving primary thoughts get to stick around because the way our brain prioritizes confirming where we've unconsciously directed our energy. Labradorite opens you up to synchronicity and opportunity that come from alignment with your divine purpose. Learning to see yourself through a new lens goes hand in hand with changing your primary thought, and Labradorite supports self-transformation and self-mastery. By shifting entrenched thought patterns, you'll be able to move past blocks, align your energy with meaningful intentions, and take consistent action toward goals that give you energy and excitement for what you can create. Here's a ritual you can do to uncover and shift the primary thoughts and start the year in alignment. Start by sitting quietly and mindfully with your Labradorite. Allow your mind to calm and your body to relax into the present moment. Use your breath as a center point, coming back to it if you find your mind running off. When you feel ready, using a piece of paper, spend some time writing down all the thoughts that are in your head. This isn't a test, so there's no right or wrong answer. And to make the most progress, it's best not to censor what comes to mind and what you write down. Write for as long as it takes to get all the thoughts down on the paper. Once done, you can look back over the things you've written down and you'll likely start to see a theme coming through. Wording may be different, but the underlying message will be the same, guiding you to what your primary thought is. Then I'd like you to ask yourself, does this thought serve me? Do I want to keep it or replace it? Decide what feels most in alignment for you and see how your life and energy levels change just by uncovering what thoughts are leading the show. You may already know what your primary thought is. Many women come to me with the same one around their knowledge and skills with using their crystal and tarot. If you're ready to break through this block, that's where the Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal comes in. A space designed to support you right now as you dismantle the stories and beliefs that hold you back, all while mastering your skills. Inside the portal, you get that support and more, giving you the tools to begin shifting patterns in your life today. There are healing sessions that help you process emotions, rituals that help you anchor and direct energy, and personalized support when you're feeling stuck, as well as courses, workshops, and activations that support you in mastering new skills and building spiritual alignment. Starting in January, we have a new Tarot Mastery course that will be added to the portal. I'd like to invite you to check it out by using the link in the show notes. Everything you need to recognize and dismantle these patterns, cycles, and loops that keep you stuck is inside the portal, so you can achieve more ease and alignment immediately. Visit my website, 3charmedgems.com, or click on the link in the show notes to learn more and join me. Now is the time to stop living at the mercy of emotional triggers and start moving into spiritual integrity. The Crystal Self-Healer Members Portal is where that shift begins. Find your clarity and come home to yourself. The card and crystal pairing for today are from a crystal and tarot forecast inside the Charmed community. These readings are designed to help you align your energy and focus your week. If you're interested in accessing these weekly readings, join us for free. The link is in the show notes. Today's episode has been brought to you by the Ace of Wands, Labradorite, and Primary Questions. May we all see and overcome the thoughts creating the blocks to our goals and desires. Blessed be, my friends. All right, my friends, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you for joining me here today on the Crystal Self-Healer podcast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, leave a review, and take the What Crystal is Best for You quiz linked in the show notes. Join me again next week as we continue to demystify crystals, how your brain works, and how you can use them so you can have more energy, get more done, and feel better every day.